Hello everyone. Yeah, it's been a while since I made a video. That's for a number of reasons, but main reason being I actually just wanted to play the game for a bit and find some new stuff. I didn't want to just upload videos for the sake of uploading them. I wanted to find things that were worth showing you. But I found some stuff that's worth showing you. A lot of stuff, in fact. And now you can see that I've unlocked katanas. Look at that. Look at it. Beautiful, isn't it? I've unlocked a few of the skills with them, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I haven't fully maxed it out. It's like level 700, I think, or the skill levels at 700. But what I am going to talk about is custom combos. A lot of people have been saying this game's you just push circle. There's nothing more to it. All you do is push circle. Well, you can make your own combos up. That's more than pushing circle. Usually when you do a sword skill, you can only really do one at the beginning, one sword skill at a time. But if you unlock a certain element, then you can, at the beginning they only allow you to do 2 in a row, but now it's fully unlocked. I haven't been practicing with it too much, but they do give you this pretty neat room where you got a skill dummy, so you can just practice your skills on them. So apparently, if you do an ultimate skill at the end of your combo, it does much more damage. So I don't have an ultimate skill with my katana at the moment, but I think even though it's not fully maxed out, I think I'd use it just so you can. I'm sure there's people that want to see what the katana can actually do. But it's a matter of using the skill, and then when a little purple light shines around you. So let me just demonstrate. I'll attack with a certain skill, and then you should see like a purple star appear on me. When that happens, you're meant to push another skill, and then when the purple star appears in that skill, you do another skill, and it just keeps chaining. But if you get hit during this, it cancels the combo. You obviously still do damage, but you can't continue the combo. You have to restart. So it's always best to get your partner to get aggro before you start the combo. But generally, when you're attacking something, it gets stun locked during the combo, so it doesn't really matter unless something else is hitting you. But let me show you something. So if you should see the purple light shine on me in a sec. There you go. You see that? And now I'm gonna try and link that into another skill. Let's see if I can get the timing right. There we go. And another one. I messed up on that last one. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and see if I can get 5 hit going. But once you've actually let me give it one more shot. That's the first time I've used that second skill, so I didn't know when the timing was. Well, let's. I messed up. All right, one more go. No, messed up already. If you push the button too early, then the purple star won't appear and you can't continue it. Ah, damn it again. I really want to get a 5 hit going. Okay, let me try with this skill. And one thing I should say about katanas in general is a lot of their skills do not have super armor. So if you get hit during the attack, it cancels, but it's really quick, and I reckon it's got one of the best AoE attacks, because that AoE attack only costs 70 SP rather than 100 that a lot of the other skills use. So you can I've been spamming it, and my SP is recharging at a rate where I can spam like 5 or 6 in a row. But now let me actually try to do this again. Ah, damn it. I get this. Just takes practice. Yeah, just have to get the timing right. And the nice thing about this area is you don't use SP, so you can just practice for as long as you want. And I reckon right now it's not gonna be, well, it is useful, but it's not gonna be very useful. I mean, you can still kill bosses quickly, but I don't think the difficulty's that high enough for you to for this to be a must. It's really fun to do it, but I reckon with the July update, when they're going to be adding the new bosses, the legendary weapons and such, I think it'll come into more of a play with that, doing these longer combo chains. Because right now you can pretty much take off half a boss's life with hardly anything. Ah! Okay, now I've got the timing of that one. Come on, 5 hit. Can I do it? I'm gonna leave that skill to the end, because that seems to be the one where I'm messing up. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, let me try it again. Nope. Alright, this is my last try. If I don't get this, then I'm just gonna practice a little bit more. Maybe with other weapons that'll be better. Oh, I did finish off Greatsword. I'm pretty sure I told you that already, but yeah, Greatswords, I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna do. I did say the next video was gonna be a Greatsword video, but I don't know. Whoops. This. I'm pretty sure you would want to know this more than a Greatsword, because I didn't even know this was in the game. Original sword skill is I know it's a sword art thing, but I didn't know that you could actually customize your attacks. But yeah, let me just give it one more shot. Well, that was fail. But yeah, that's only one move, but once you have created your combo, you go to here and you save it. When you save it, you can use that. You can only do one combo per weapon. So you have to customize your combo, and it saves it to that weapon. So you have to use that same chain if you do want to link in different skills. So if you push square and go to OSS list, you can see the different combos you created with different weapons. So I think the only one I've made one for is... Wait, what did I make one for? Was it sword? No. Maybe it was dagger. I know I made it for one of the weapons, and it shows you the order that you... There you go. So it shows you the order that you need to execute them in, or at least I hope so. So when you go out into the field and you've forgotten what combo you have set to your weapon, you should be able to just check it and find out what order you actually put them in. But yeah, it saves one per weapon. So if you go back to here and you do another combo and you save it, it's going to override that previous one that you set. Well, that was interesting. I want to play around with this, but I do want to speak to you guys about something else. Let's get out of here. So I'm going to show you something that will give you the chance to plan ahead when it comes to customizing your character a bit. I'm going to go over the element list. So I've unlocked all of them. I haven't completed them all, but I've unlocked them all. So you can see the different skills and things that you can add to the game through them. This is the one for the skill that I just showed you. So that if you unlock this one, then you can do the custom combos. But I'll go over them all so you can see which ones you need to focus on for certain things, because there are certain ones that are focused on certain weapons. So you're going to get certain weapon skills from certain inspect element areas. So this first one, this is pretty much just a tutorial one, just showing you what you'll need to do for the other ones. You don't really unlock a lot, it's just hollow points you really get. Yeah, for the most part you're just going to be getting hollow points from the first section. So this is just a tutorial, just go over it and unlock yourself some hollow points. Hollow points, they're going to go towards doing some of the higher ranked missions, because some of them you do need to have a certain amount of hollow points before you can actually do the elements. But this is, from here on, this is where they start to actually mean something. So this one focuses on burst attacks. So I think with this one, you just have to do burst attacks. That's pretty much it. They will tell you what you need to do inside of there. So this one was try a specified number of burst attacks. This one had me doing 200 of them. It will vary. Sometimes it won't be the exact same thing for all of them. So this one, for instance, you need to use a certain amount of sword skills. but you do unlock different things. So this one is a skill. This skill, I can't remember what this one actually does. I can go back and check it, but it is in my skill list. So from this section, you will learn a skill that has something to do with, well, oh, it says it right there. Okay, normal attack decreases, but attack of burst. That's meant to say burst, I'm pretty sure, or increase in return. So that's something you unlock from this section. You will unlock some gear that has something to do with your burst attack on a certain floor. So 80, 83, 86, and 89. That's where you'll find the gear for this section. Miserable power ring. This damn ring that gave me issues before. This is what you'll get from an NM after you've finished this implement. So the Inferno sword will drop this ring once you've completed this order. So you can go back to Ironclad, you can kill that boss, and hopefully it will drop. Maybe it won't. Judging from some of the other elements, the drop rate seems to be pretty low, like 3% was on one of the other ones. And dual wield skill. So you can learn this skill. 18 hit attack. Recover burst gauge when hit. That seems to be a pretty decent one. A lot of the really... I don't know how to put it. So a lot of the weapons and skills that you find in here have additional effects. Some of them are going to be pretty good. Some of them are going to be... some of them are going to be pretty situational to the type of character you're building. But for the most part, this one looks really good. Recovering burst when you hit. Okay, so just attack. So this one pretty much just need to do just attacks. And you learn... Okay, so what's this one? So you unlocked a certain system. So the joint sword skill, that is a system as well. So that unlocks different ways to fight, I should say, or different parts of the battle system. So it will unlock something to do with just attacks. Maybe it increases the accuracy when you do just attacks. It seems like that. Maybe just speculation, but I'll unlock it and find out. And from this section, you unlock a glove. Just attack hit increase chance. Not bad. Okay, here we go. So the joint skill system. So this one unlocks the combo system I just went over. From here, this one here, I believe this one only lets you do 2 combos, like I said earlier. Then this one, all you do is unlock the hollow points. So it's not really much. But this one here removes the 2-hit restraint that you have on there. So you can do a full combo chain. And then, what I really need to unlock is... So for these ones, it reduces your SP consumption by 10%, then 20%, then 30%. So I don't know if they stack, because you can wait. Yeah, no, I don't think they do stack, because you have to finish this one before you can move into that one, and then you have to do this one before you can move into that one. So yeah, I reckon overall you'll get a 30% decrease, because it's not letting me actually do this one. You have to finish the previous one beforehand. But yeah, having 30% reduction on your skills is going to be huge. So I need to get on that. But for them, you have to do a 3-hit combo on 50 enemies. This one, you have to do a 4-hit on 50 enemies. This one, you have to do a 5-hit. So I don't know how many things are going to be around that will survive that long, or if I need to equip a weapon that's really weak. But I guess it's something that needs to be done. It's made this hollow area a little bit more interesting, or much more interesting, because there are actually things to do. So it's not a matter of just leveling up and finding equipment. There are system changes you actually can do, and expansions to the combat system and the way your character fights through doing these. So it's pretty cool. Then we got this one, dodge and sidestep. This one I hated it, but this one is really focused on daggers, and it has got quite a few different skills in there. So you got different weapon skills, and then you have different weapons. So you got daggers in there, and you got the weapon skills. But this is all based on stepping, sidestepping. You have to do it perfectly. So it has to be just step. So you have to back step out of the way or sidestep out of the way. And it is annoying because you have to you have to time it so perfectly. I reckon out of all of them, these are the hardest ones to do. So if you're gonna do them, if you want to focus on daggers, then go for it. I still need to mess around with daggers. I'm pretty sure they from what I've played around with them so far, they are fast, really fast. So I'll give them a try. I really wish that you could dual wield daggers, be more of an assassin-y type character, but that's good enough. One dagger's fine. So yeah, you can get gloves that increase your back crit chance. You have for some of these, some of the requests are pretty ridiculous. So you have to get 100 back crits. That's I don't know. That will probably take a while, because from the look of it, you'll get the glove for doing all of them. But so far, I've only found one skill that actually increases your back attack rate, or is it back? I don't know if it's back crit or if it's just back damage. One of them. And then you have a dagger. So these daggers are cool. Like I said, they've got special effects. So all the weapons that you find generally all the weapons you're going to find in the elements are going to have different attacks. This one's got back crit chance, back attack chance, defense decrease. So you've got plus and minuses in there. Then you've got a sword skill, 4 hits, rare attack increase. So I reckon if you're going to be using dagger, you want to have a partner that's really tanky, that can take the damage off you, or take the attention off you. Gravity Magnum. And then you've got another dagger, energy drain. I'm not too sure what energy drain does. I guess I have to unlock the weapon. And then you got a skill, sacrifices defense for stun bonus or rare attack bonus. And then a dagger. Increases attack when stunning enemies, increases back crit chance, and defense decrease. So that's that one. And then we got other ones where you had, I think for this one it was yeah, so you have to defeat enemies while having your risk under 1. The only weapon that I found that was really good for this, I didn't really try too many of the weapons, but Rapier seemed to be the best weapon for this because its burst attacks don't increase your risk for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but all the other weapons, when you're attacking with burst, your risk spikes up to like level 4. With Rapier, it seems to stay at level 1. I'm not sure if it was just a unique Rapier, but that was the only one that was actually doing it for some reason. Maybe I should have tried some of the other weapons, but it just seemed like that one. I tried dual wield and I tried some of the other ones, but yeah, they weren't really doing much. So system. Okay, so this unlocks the system where if you do a successful step, it will reduce your risk. Or it will reduce the risk to 0, I guess. Or maybe it's just risk minus. I don't know how far down it will drop it, but having it drop to 0 will probably be best. Then this adds an item to the shops. Add a new battle skill. Recovery speed of risk will greatly increase. And then you get another item. So these are all focused on risk. And then you unlock a sword skill for schematics. Okay. Afflicted by serious bleed. So this one, it looks like take a bleed effect, but you get a boost in attack. So you're sacrificing some of your life to actually gain extra attack. And then you get a sword weapon from here. Well, all of these weapons that I'm showing you on here, they're ones that are going to drop from NMs on all of the floors. So you don't just get it, you actually have to go and earn it, even after you've unlocked it. Drama glove. There you go. So loads of different schematas. So this one is focused on schemata weapons. And this one, it's pretty simple to unlock this one. It was just to complete 10 hollow missions, but during that you had increased attack, but you had bleed. So all of these kind of teach you about the skills that you're going to get from them. So you have the bleed penalty on you, and your attack is increased, which is pretty much what this skill does. After doing these, I've got a lot better at doing just attack and perfect dodging, because they kind of force you to do it. So I can see where they were going with it. It does teach you, but it's going to take a bit of time. Alright, so these are just different weapons that you can unlock. SP recovery when attacked. Okay, so this one, you sacrifice your party members' HP to get attack. That would be a really good multiplayer weapon, because even when your partners die, you can just bring them back to life. Oh, I did find out when you bring your partners back to life, you sacrifice some of your HP to bring them back to life. So that would be a good weapon for multiplayer, because in story mode, if your partner dies, then you die. So there's probably not a reason to actually risk that. Okay. So this one was attack speed. So I believe with this one you just had to increase your attack speeds. That's it, just increase your attack speed. I think. I remember there being one mission where you had to add double attack to yourself and then continuously attack. It may have been this one actually. It may have been double attack. This may have been a translation error. I can't remember. It was one of them. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. But I really do think this is double attack and not attack speed. But yeah, some rapier skills. I haven't messed with this weapon too much, but I do want to actually play around with it a bit more. I'll do that when I finish leveling katanas. But you get an extra skill. You get another rapier that will drop off at NM just like the others, and you get a new sword skill based on agility, multiple attack and high speed. So I'm guessing it adds double attack to you and it adds speed boost to you as well for a certain period of time. Usually when you're doing sword skills that have something at the end, it just means it's giving you a buff for a bit. So your sword skills do give you buffs. Okay. So this one you have to give an enemy attack speed down. Some of your skills will have attack speed down as a debuff on them. So if you attack an enemy with a skill that has attack speed down on it, then it will inflict that on them. So that's generally the way you'll do those ones. And then you would attack, then you'll gain a new battle skill. So this one gives your enemy wrist breakdown, which kind of makes them really sluggish and slow, and they kind of, from what I've seen, they're kind of in a dazed state, and then there's certain skill chains that you can use on them when they're locked in that, where your wrist goes to 5. Generally, I guess if your wrist becomes 5, all you need to do is switch out. They'll still be in break status, but then your risk drops, so it'll be fine, unless it's like a time thing. Then you unlock a few extra things for you to find on NMs. A new ring. From the look of it, a lot of the best weapons and stuff for the moment are going to come from these element missions. They may not have, you may be able to find weapons that have higher damage and those kind of things, but you won't be able to find any weapons that have these kind of additional bonuses to them. So you can always increase them by just going to the blacksmith and getting her to increase everything. Okay, so with this one, oh, I haven't implemented that. Whoops. Whoa. So yeah, now that I've added these, I will actually unlock these things. Cool. So I just got some new stuff. Alright, so for this mission, you have to, what was it? Oh, for this mission, all you have to do is just 500,000 damage. That's it. So just do attacks. It was really easy. You just attack the enemy and it just increases for each damage that we've done on the enemies. But this one is focused on great axes. Unlock a new skill and you unlock a new axe. This axe is gonna fall from one of the NMs as well. So this skill, 8-hit attack for axe, that does seem pretty high. So this one looks like it sacrifices some of your, I don't get what HP minus cause damage. Maybe that means the lower your HP, the more damage it does. But then you have a self-bleeding effect, but your HP goes back up. Huh. I'll have to test that one out to see how that works. Seems a bit weird, but I do want to do Grey Axe as well, because I like heavy weapons. So for this one This one looks like it's focusing on great assets as well. Offensive oriented strategy adjustments. So this one you have to just take damage, so you have to stand there and just get tanked. And then you unlock these different items. So it's just weapons. But attack plus 100 and strength plus 100 and the 950 damage weapon. Defense ignores defense, decreases your own defense, and it increases attack depending on the HP decreased. Whoa, that is a beast. So this is one weapon that you would want to find. But first you'll actually have to finish this. And what do you have to do for this? So you have to take 1.2 million damage while fighting enemies level 140 and above. Is it? I don't know if it's taking damage or dealing damage. It's probably going to be dealing damage with this one. Yeah, so if you deal that amount of damage, generally you'll do that. You'll rat that up pretty quick. If you just go to an area with 140 more enemies, I reckon I'm going to do this. I want this axe. It looks pretty cool. And this one, just finish hollow missions. This is the last one I actually did, but this one seems to be focused on more. Seems to be focused on shields. So you get a sword skill, but you do unlock shields. Armor. This is more. I reckon this is more tanky. This is more for the person that wants to go tanky. You just unlock this order or unlock this element, and then you can do these. Let's see. Grants PT attack and D drop. Burst and SP drop. Not too sure what that means, but yeah, I'll need to try that one out. Okay, so in here, this is focusing on one-hand swords. So, well, this is more sword and shield. So you get a new sword with high speed and divine sword, dragon slayer, risk reduction, burst gorge max, and dragon attack. See, I haven't figured out what the dragon attack, magic attack, those kind of things actually mean yet. I don't know if they mean that they increase the damage against dragons or if they do something else. I don't know if there's like an elemental weakness wheel in this game, like if certain enemies are weak against certain other enemy types. I haven't figured that out yet and I haven't seen it been explained, but generally Argo will come up with different bits of information every now and then. That's how I found out about the sword skill system, because she said it was there and I had no idea what it was. So I went and looked around and saw it inside of the element list. I was like, okay, I'll unlock this. So yeah, just keep going and checking on Argo. She has info. And then this one is for katanas. This was a pretty cool mission. You get SP absorb added to your attacks while you're doing this. And then you can, all of these just seem to be focused on SP. Katanas does seem like a very SP focused weapon anyway, because you can spam your attacks with it, but you just run the risk of taking extra damage or having your skills interrupted because they don't have super armor. Burst Gauge turns to 0 for a while, but gains Great Spirit regen in return. That will probably, depending on how fast your regen actually goes up, that would be really cool, because you can just spam attacks rather than having to use burst. And you unlock a katana based on 150%. Oh, it's a new skill. Free hit skill, 150% strength, recover SP, and delay burst when hit. Doesn't seem too bad. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get everything. I want everything. More of a katana focused spree. Let's see. Pay a great price to increase max SP by 300. So what do you do? What do you lose? What do you lose in return for getting? Oh, okay. So it looks like you probably get bleeds. Generally, these reflect what's going to happen with the skill. So the limitation is bleed 1000 and risk +3. I haven't figured out how to turn skills off, but having a bleed of 1000 for getting 300 SP, don't know if the trade-off is worth it. Maybe when you get your health regen up to the point where it's regening 1000 per tick, this would be viable, but maybe it already is doing that. I need to double check. But that doesn't look like it would be a good skill if you just want to go spam crazy with katanas. And then you got 2 different katanas. All of the katana skills, or generally most of them, inflict bleed as well. So it is a very dot heavy. So your attacks are quick, you can spam them, and they're dot heavy. That's what katana's strengths are, but its weaknesses are the fact that you can be interrupted. Plus 20 SP when dodging. Increases attack depending on the remaining SP. That's a weapon that will drop off a floor on 95. An enemy on floor 95. Okay, so this skill... Wait, did I just... What? Oh, yeah, I just looked at this one. I was thinking, wait a second. More katanas? Okay, so this one. Thessaly powder. This is an item that gets unlocked. HP regen and attack minus. I don't think that will be that item. I do actually have the... I can actually look at what the item does, so I'll check it in a sec. It does show up in your skill list, I think. I do know that a few extra items did show up in my skill list that I don't actually have yet, but maybe those are for these. This one seems to be focused on recovery, so generally the recovery weapon is the mace and shield, so there we go. Yeah, so it pretty much speaks for itself. You unlock a skill that has party regeneration and decreased attacking interval, so it's a buff. This is a buffing sword skill. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you find a mace that has HP restore effect, so it's got regen on there. So this is if you're going the healer route. I kind of wish this had a real online play, because these would have made a big difference, but I don't know if it makes too much of a difference when it's ad hoc only. I guess maybe you just need some friends. You need to get lots of friends. Decrease defense and burst gauge while obtains 12 avatars in return. So I need to test these avatar skills. I think those are going to be like shadow clones, so you can take 12 hits before you take damage. I need to test it out. That's just speculation. So you get another mace, and you get armor as well. So what is this armor? Minus strength, but you get increased defense and vitality, and resistance to stats effects, and you get HP regeneration. Dude, that's pretty nice. I'm kind of wondering what kind of combinations people will come up with in terms of weapons, armor, and the different skills you can get. Because I'm pretty sure some interesting ones will pop up, and then they're gonna have to nerf them because they're too overpowered. Because that's just the way games like this work. And this one's focused on spears. So this one just had to apply abilities, or just any affliction down on an enemy of 8 and above. So that's pretty much all enemies. You just give them a status effect during an element mission or a hollow mission. Okay, so this one's just different spears. This spear, status effect increase, hit increases. You get less max SP, but you can't miss. This weapon sounds like it would be stupidly powerful or stupidly weak with the max XP decrease. I need to actually see this myself. Maybe if you had some sort of really high SP regen build, and then if I could find a way to get a really high SP regen build, I would probably take this weapon to go and fight high level enemies if it can't miss, because generally with high level enemies you miss like crazy. So yeah, I need to level spears just like everything else. Increases the rank of the target status effect. So yeah, status effects have different levels. I'm not too sure what the max level is, but this will increase the level of it, I guess. And Judgment Piercer. All stats 40%, grants attack down, and debuff hit plus. So that's a sword skill you get with spears. Then there's a few different items you get with it as well. These are all, just like everything else, they're going to have to be unlocked through the NMs of the different floors of Nygrad. What the hell does that say? Ronogmin. Yeah. Divine Spear Gungnir. Stats effect, hit increase, spirit regen, increase attack depending on random SP. That seems really similar to the katana. Or was it the katana? Yeah, I think it was a katana that I just looked at. Yeah, it does seem similar to that one. That does seem like a pretty cool weapon. It has a lot of stats on it as well. But I'm guessing that will have the really low drop rate, just like everything else. I really hope that these weapons have unique looks to them. These rare ones. Okay, so this one is greatsword focused. So, this is an AoE skill. HP half and absorb and reflect damage. Don't get that, but sounds like it will be... I don't know. I really don't know. Some sort of absorption. I don't know if you lose HP and then absorb some HP that you've lost. I don't know. Learn a skill to dodge and counter attack. And you get some Crimson Coat armor. Charges SP when dodging, decreases defense. I'm gonna look for all of these extra armors and see how long they take to drop, and see how long the bosses take to respawn if you don't get the drop. Because it'll be pretty frustrating if it takes forever to respawn, or if you have to keep going back to town then back out just to get them to respawn so you can do this. And last but not least, more great swords. So yeah, the last two are just going to be great sword focused. Invalid breath, invalid crit. What? Don't know. But these attack wise, these are pretty powerful. Damage is 910. Don't understand what those skills mean. Shorter skill cast time. Shorter attacking interval. Shorter... no, hit decrease. And then, oh, we got a sword that I can't miss as well. And it's pretty powerful. Yeah, so this sword looks like you have a lot of minus defense on there. You have minus dodge. So you're sacrificing your evasive skills for more attack. This weapon I will be going after as well. Priority. But yeah, these are the different skills that actually have an element and different systems that you can unlock inside of there. So it's always best to focus on the things you want to unlock first and then move on to the others. So if you've got a certain weapon that you kind of like the look of, focus on that, then move on to the others. Don't waste your time trying to unlock everything at the beginning if you don't need it, or if you have no intention of actually using anything from those skill lines. I'm sure I've skimmed over everything, and I'm pretty sure someone will make, I'm sure some sort of wiki will pop up at some point and show things in more detail. But yeah, that's that. That is that. I will start doing some weapon videos, and I do have a few other things that I want to show you guys. But before I go, there's one last thing I need to bring up. So Namco Bandai changed the release date of the game for EU. I don't know about America, but the game, it was slated to come out in July, but now they've changed the date. This was on the official Twitter, by the way. So this was from their UK Twitter, and then someone asked the question of when it's going to come out, and they changed the release date from July to summer 2014. So that means it could still be July, to be honest, but now they've kind of got the safety net where they can release it up until early September, I guess. I don't know why they've done it, but I guess you can ask them. They're on Twitter, so why not? Just ask them like what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's coming out sometime in summer. I can't tell you when because I don't know now. I was only going, but every time someone asked, I could tell them July because that's what they said. But now I honestly don't know because they've just said summer. I don't know if it's going to change anytime soon, but yeah. Sorry guys that were waiting. I guess if you don't mind the broken English, the Chinese version's always there, eh? But yeah, I'd say before you get the Chinese version, if you're waiting for the Western version, just hang tight. Just hang tight a little bit longer. See what they announce, because they may have something totally different to announce. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. Next video, I will go over Great Swords. Promise. Pinky promise. Alright, see ya.